So good morning to you. It's 19 minutes to 9. Let's have a little dig around the news and just look at some sort of nice and good sort of positive stories to do with the current crisis, as you might say. And Beth, what have you got for us first of all?
Well, I'm going to pick on something that Rhian mentioned in the news earlier, and this is the fact that St John Ambulance in the Isle of Man will be offering a prescription delivery service for residents. That's in result of the recent measures put in place in relation to COVID-19. So the volunteer community first responder duties have also been stepped up in readiness for any additional support that the Isle of Man ambulance service might need, with the additional provision of a frontline ambulance when needed. So this is from Monday, March the 30th, there will be a temporary freeze on scheduled public courses, and those who have booked a place will be transferred onto a course in another year. But this is just another example of a local organisation really stepping up to the mark and really doing its bit to help the community in what is a hugely difficult time for everyone. But this is going to be a great service.
Yeah, most definitely. So is that from next Monday, did you say?
It's going to be Wednesday, April the 1st, when the new prescription delivery service will start. So from next Monday, any of the courses or any of the ongoing things that St John Ambulance normally do will freeze until the situation is resolved. But that prescription service from Wednesday, April the 1st.
Brilliant. And I think some of the ambulance service in the island put a great photo on Facebook, didn't they? Sort of saying stay at home and just sort of showing what they're doing. And it goes back to what we were saying yesterday about the sort of, nationwide applause for the NHS across the water. We should do the same here. I think it was Thursday night, 8 o'clock, wasn't it?
26th. Yeah, let's see if we can get that going here. It'd be great, wouldn't it?
I think it definitely would be brilliant to try and do that.
Other kind of services. So I've just got a quick line. I saw a video. Hairdressers are going to people's houses and cutting their hair through the letterboxes, which I think is pretty innovative. People are going out and to like social distance. This is only when they're getting their groceries and dressing up. Have you seen those Tyrannosaurus Rex costumes?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, which is really funny. And also a reverend who has been performing marriage services online. There's a video of him. He accidentally caught fire as he leaned on some candles. But he's fine. But it's just his reaction is so British. He's in there and then he just goes, "Oh dear, I just caught fire," and then just taps it out and then carries on. So yeah.
On we go. No mucking around at all. I love it. That's great, isn't it?
I'm just going to text my hairdresser.
Yes.
Just carry on.
Do you know, we were saying this last night because you mentioned my hairdresser earlier on. They're shut, and I think many more are as well now. So I think what I'm going to do, the old clippers are going to come into action because in a couple of weeks I'll have an absolute mop, and I can't cope with that.
I think you should grow it.
What do you reckon?
To see how long it can get.
We could go one of two ways here. We could go for the full-on sort of mop and go for the beard as well, or do the full sort of get the clippers and do the buzz cuts. What do you reckon?
It's just going to be like those mums' haircuts all over again, isn't it? Just get your bowl out. Let's all. We're all in the same boat. It's fine.
So you can imagine we'll look like we've gone back to the 80s, won't we? When we
get the curtains back. Ben from A1.
Oh please, Ben.
Now,
do it.
Yes. As a teenager in the 90s, my idol was David Beckham, who had the best curtains ever.
Bring him back.
And I just wanted to be like Lewis Foster, who is a sort of fairly new boy in the Manx Radio newsroom. He's got the best curtains I've seen
very well.
for years. It's just pure 90s nostalgia when I look at him. I can't match his. So, yeah. All right, I might go for the curtains then. What do you think? We could resurrect sort of retro hairstyles. This could be a whole new thing.
Yeah, I think that'll just keep us occupied and keep us from worrying about what we look like when we go out. It's fine.
I think that's actually a good idea. Right, curtains. We're going to go for it then. Like you say, Ben Adams from A1 had good curtains as well, didn't he? I'm going to ask you both a question now. I know you were on the island 7 years ago today. Were you on island in 2013, Rhian?
I was not, no.
Okay, so what were you doing if you were on island 7 years ago today?
I was on maternity leave, I think.
Yes, you would have just had your youngest, wouldn't you? You might have also been shoveling snow because can you believe 7 years ago it was the big snow of 2013.
Wow.
Yeah. This was the Sunday and it all kind of came down on the Friday and Saturday, certainly the west of the island. And that was 7 years ago this day. So the Sunday, I think people were still shoveling, obviously trying to dig animals out. So we know what happened there. But unbelievable to think. So, 7 years ago, a very different kind of crisis. But the island once again was very much coming together then.
It certainly was. I mean, the community spirit then of people going out to support the farmers and everything, as you say, they're going through terrible times then. But I'm just very grateful. Please, God, touch wood, there's no snow at the moment.
Yes. Well, I always sort of, when it comes to snow, I always sort of get to this point and think, okay, well, we had it this time 7 years ago, and we kind of get beyond here. I mean, Aircaster clouds and all that, and of course you can still get snow, certainly in April. Fingers crossed we'll get nothing like that. And at least the weather is good at the moment.
It is lovely at the moment.
The boat is sailing, so the freight is coming in, so always good in that respect. But if you can get a hold of that book, you know, the one that was published afterwards with all the photos, the best photos of the snow, that's well worth a look. And we all remember the police van, was it, at Cronkyvody?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely covered. So there you go. Right, should we have a sing-along song?
Okay.
Fancy something sing-along?
Yeah.
Right, let's get Van the Man on for you now.